having the latest technology using, and our intent was to go wireless with all that. So the table's now nice and clean. I don't have my projector stacked up on the table and all the remotes and all the wires and everything that people were tripping on before and stuff. So it's really worked out great. And in doing that, I kept track of how long it took me. So I wanted to share that with you too, because it's kind of funny.
Yeah, you actually just set me up for the next question. I was going to ask you about how many billable hours you saved NSCA by doing it yourself.
Well, so what I did, and you guys did a wonderful write-up about this, by the way. So I took our labor installation standard and I set it alongside of just me keeping track of my time here. So what's funny about this, I thought it was funny anyway, is I looked at all the different things with the layout and the measurement and the prep work and the wiring and ordering this stuff and making sure that I had the correct mounts and all that kind of thing. The wiring termination wall plates, mounting the display, the devices, the wireless interconnection, the camera that's mounted on the wall and everything. So in a bid situation like our members with, they were to look at this and they were to say, in a normal installation, this should take 19.57 hours. So if you use this, apply it to this little project, 19.57 hours. Well, it took me 30.5 hours. So if I'd have bid a whole bunch of these, I'd have been in trouble. One isn't bad, but what got me into trouble on this is, number one, I didn't have the right tools for the job. So because I'm an association executive and not a systems installation person, is I didn't have what I needed to do the project properly. But what's relevant and more important is there's metal studs in the wall there. So these mounts that you get for a display, that's an 80-inch display, and that thing is really, really heavy. And so when you get a display like that, and especially ones that tilt out, is what the concern there is that when there's metal studs, you gotta make sure that that's a load-bearing wall, first of all, which this one was. It's got metal bracing right to the roof deck. But then when you think about the instructions that come with any kind of mounts or anything like that, it doesn't talk about metal studs. It talks about wood, and it talks about, block walls and things of that nature where you can anchor into them. So I got lucky in a way in that I was able to drill completely through the wall itself, go right through the metal studs with the proper mounting hardware, and go on the back side, which was a storeroom. So let's say that was somebody else's office and I went to put up a brace in that wall, I'd have been in trouble in a big way. But because that's a storeroom where it doesn't matter that somebody would come in and put in a piece of wood and then, large washers to make sure that, nothing would ever come out of those metal studs, is I was able to put that up there with relative ease, but not have to worry so much about what it looked like on the back side of the wall. So what worries me when our members do something like this is a lot of times the installers won't know exactly how to go into the wall and get proper and secure mounting to something like if they were to use like a plastic sort of anchor device that would go into that. It scares me to death about plastic anchors into a sharp metal stud on the inside of a wall like that it's not getting, proper mounting and safety provisions and all that. So how embarrassing would it be if, if like I didn't do that with safety precautions and that big old thing fell off the wall someday. So I made darn sure, just like I think almost, well, NSCA members should by now know exactly how to make those kind of large, heavy displays work on any kind of wall that they put into. What worries me is people that do these hang and bang, these small projects like this, but do it in a way where they're just trying to hit that, like the 19.57 hours or whatever it took me, or it's 19.57. It took me about, 50% longer than what most people would, but I did it in a way that was, focused on safety more than anything. So.